London.
First of all, thank you for...
Okay. So do I look at this one?
First of all, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay. Let's go.
My name's Navid Shved. I work primarily in hospitality, but mostly on bars.
My name is Alex Stoica, and I work at the pub, and I am part kitchen staff.
Well, my name's Chris, also known as CSJ, that's my DJ name. DJing 30 odd years, 35, something like that.
I've been in hospitality since I was 16, and my auntie got me a job at this restaurant in West London. And eventually, I worked up through, I worked at a couple of different places, and I got into bartending specifically.
Generally speaking, hospitality, I've worked around 2 years, but my current job I've held down for about, give or take, 5 months at the moment.
Went out to see this band play. They were atrocious. They were horrendous. We really couldn't believe how bad this band were. We looked at each other because my friend, he played keyboards. At school, I played the cello, so I've basically been into music anyway. Looked at each other and went, we could do better than them. About a week or two later, we went out, bought a set of decks and a mixer. And the rest, as I say, is history.
Do you think the cost of living has changed people's relationships with night out, and are you seeing this directly?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The hospitality industry across the board is very much struggling with cost of living, and like you really drastically see less people walking through those doors. When it comes to like people just doing like nights out, it's definitely not an experience, because I think when you're in like the sort of nightclubby environments I sometimes work in, it gets to the point where people are sort of too drunk to notice they're spending. I think even that has less people walking through the doors now, and it's less of a problem for the people that get in there, but I think the problem is more getting people through the door. There's definitely been a quite drastic cost increase to everything since I started working behind bars. Spend per head is a metric you use a lot in hospitality, and that's roughly stayed the same, but I think people are ordering significantly less because it's just too expensive to have that sort of major night out all the time. Tipping is... I think I've noticed tipping go down a bit. If I'm working in quite a busy, fast-paced environment, it used to be that you'd get no tips at all. And sort of as time's gone on, you might get 1 or 2 a night, and it's always really like nice and appreciative when someone does that. But when I was 18 and getting into this, I don't think I saw anything. And now it's still rare, but it's nice to see it happen. Like everything is more expensive, so that offsets how people tip, I think.
The nightlife was probably, I'd say, a bit underground. We'd go out on a Saturday night to go clubbing. You had your commercial clubs. You'd have bars as well that would have a DJ playing in them as well. And you had quite a wide range of places to go to, you know, compared to nowadays. Yeah, you had quite a choice of where you could go. And of course, cost of living was a bit different back then. So it was a bit easier to go out. You probably did have a bit of money in your pocket, but you could still go out and you'd have fun. You spend a bit of money, but who wouldn't? You know, it's like your Saturday night was your night out.
With pubs, there's always been such a beautiful community aspect to it. Like when you think about the sort of classic image of your local pub, whereas there's always the same guy sitting in the corner reading his book. There's always, you can recognize the bartenders. There's this beautiful like community aspect to it. And I think as our society, as London specifically, has been geared towards a very anti-community system over the last couple decades, where it's trying to break down a lot of solidarity between people and a lot of organization. I think people are really yearning for and really missing that sense of community. And I think at a really basic level, it is just fun. Like it's nice to see your friends, and it's nice to share a drink together. Even if you're not drinking alcohol, it's nice to sit around a table in a place that's not home with your friends, and just to talk and yap and share with each other and to dance. And it's that people are trying their hardest to enjoy it, and they're really struggling to do that with all the other problems that...
Outside as well, you know, they want people to hear music from the outside, but not to the point where it's so distracting for everyone else. There was Caesar's Funhouse in the Old Kent Road. That succumbed to developers. And sort of like driving along, sort of like looking, it's like, that's a shop. That used to be a nightclub. And it was basically a shop, an office, and then it looked to me like flats above. And that used to be a nightclub.
I think people would lose this filler. And I think, like, aside from that sort of community aspect, you lose the sort of town square. You don't have this an easy solution for people to sort of congregate. And I think one of the worst parts is, like, pubs legally need to give out free water, and they need to allow people to use the bathroom. And I think that's such a small, simple thing of, like, it's really hot right now and I don't have any water on me, let me quickly just pop in the pub and ask for a glass. Or, like, I'm bursting to go to the toilet and I don't want to spend money to go to this coffee shop to use theirs. There's a pub nearby, that's great. And I think it's such a small benefit that everybody benefits from.
I think it's the enthusiasm. I think the enthusiasm isn't there anymore. And I think that the world has changed so much now.
There's also just tighter restrictions on how places like the bar can actually sell alcohol. You can't sell alcohol past a certain hour of the night, and that's perfectly normal now, but you know, what if a couple of years down the line that limit just gets pulled down a little bit further and further down?
The world is moving to an endlessly greedy state where it's eating itself. I don't think nightlife is ever going to disappear. I don't think it's in human nature to allow that to happen.
People are going to be less inclined to actually going in for a drink in the middle of the week or just at the beginning of the weekend than finding something else to do.
Is there a song that really captures how you feel about all of this?
Sounds like a cliche, because I know it's been doing around on social media as well. I went to see Jamiroquai last year, and the track